when you've played games for your whole life, you can't expect a game to blow your mind, basically. Because you have this frame of reference where you remember what it was like to encounter, you know, for me it's Morrowind. Encountering Morrowind for the first time for me, the world felt so big and just full of possibilities and all the lore and the different races and all the attributes and the skills and sneaking around and trying to steal the Sword of White Woe. If you don't know, look it up. Sword of White Woe, Balmora Guard Tower. Love that. It was always one of my favorite things to try and do at the very beginning of the game. When I succeeded, it felt just beyond. Like, and you don't get that feeling anymore. And they call it like if you're people get addicted to drugs, right? I think we kind of get addicted to games a little bit. They call it chasing the dragon, right? And
I wish we could just
I think
head
it's
back to
really
the settlement
important.
now,
Be
but
quiet, Nora
can't
Lynch.
turn
I
a
am
blind eye to
talking.
the truth.
This is very rude. Very rude. She's talking over me. Anyways, I think you have to get out of that mindset of chasing the dragon where you have to accept that that feeling will not happen again. You're not young. You're not going to go play something for the first time and get that dopamine, get those endorphins, get that serotonin pump in your brain going. It's not going to happen. It's part of growing up and maturing and everything, but it doesn't have to be a bad thing. You have to, once you finesse that, once you internalize that idea, you can move past it. Like, this combat is extremely fun. I really like this combat. These quests, they don't feel like they used to. I'm not like, oh my goodness, I have to go kill the spiders over in Cave of the Spiders. Wowee. I don't care about these drowned. They don't matter. Frankly, it's boring. I've done this a million times. It just doesn't matter. But I'm not going to focus on that. And I think that's a lot of why games are getting the criticisms that they're getting. And it's why games have started to implement fast travel and all those things. And it's really difficult for something like this to be novel.
Storm preceding your
So
arrival
Nora's
filled
going
the
to talk
skies
over
with
me again,
crimson.
but I'm just going to ignore her.
Corruption
I'm just going to
incarnate, I
ignore
tell
her.
you.
She's not important right now. What is important is finding something that you can love about the game, pulling the novelty out of it, rather than expecting it to just come across and be mind-blowingly deep, because it's just not going to, unless someone makes it a whole new genre. Like Minecraft invented that whole building survival genre and blew up and everything. That's because people could play that game and go, oh my goodness, I'm the Lego dude in the Lego world. I've never had this control before. This is incredible. And it freaking was. But unless you have a completely new genre, an absolute reinvention, not like reinventing the wheel, a full-blown, now we have a plane instead of a car type thing, you're just not gonna get that explosion of, this is amazing, like a lot of people expect. And so I'm, looking at this completely neutrally, trying to just evaluate the mechanics. Is New World a good game? So far, like I said, combat's great. The quests, I think they went the right direction with them, and they just made them very neutral. They're not gonna pull me into the story particularly, but they're not terrible or anything. It's your typical MMO, what everyone expects, type questing. And that was probably a smart way to go. Focus their combat, make that really cool and new and different and interesting, and then just give us standard normal mechanics that we can all appreciate and just use to level up and understand easily.